Should someone who has a history of abusing alcohol drink NA beers or mocktails in sobriety? That's a question I've been seeing a lot with the dry January peeps. And my first thought is if it is triggering to you, then no, absolutely not. But if you don't find it triggering, I think it can actually be a very useful tool. For instance, today it's Sunday, football. I know I've seen a lot of comments where people are just anxious about Sundays because they're so used to drinking beer, eating a bunch of snacks, and watching football. And replacing that beer with an NA beer, you still have the ritual of it. You still have that in your hand, but you're not consuming alcohol. So that's what I mean when I say it can be a very useful tool. Or if you have an event you have to go to, a wedding, some kind of party, they're meeting up at a bar, and being able to go up to the bartender and ask for a mocktail and have that in your hand, it helps you to still feel like you're included in what's going on. You don't feel like you're the only one out not drinking. And also, too, if someone sees a drink in your hand, they're less likely to come up to you and ask you, oh, you're not drinking? Why aren't you drinking? So that's another example of how non-alcoholic beverages like mocktails can be a useful tool in sobriety. And also, side note, even if there's not mocktails on the menu, if you go up to the bar and ask the bartender to make you some kind of mocktail, usually they always will. In my experience, I've never had a bartender tell me, no, I can't make you a mocktail. If anything, they're excited to, and they ask what kind of drink you like, and usually they make something, and I've always liked it. So just because you don't see it on the menu, definitely ask. And lastly, of course, whenever I've made any videos about this in the past, I always get comments from some miserable schmuck saying, oh, well, NA beers have 0.5% alcohol in them. And to you, I would say, you know what? Do a simple Google search and go look up the alcohol content in a ripe banana or any ripe fruit for that matter. Sourdough bread, any kind of bread with yeast in it, it has more alcohol content in it than a NA beer does. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it there. So if drinking an NA beer helps you and it's not triggering, drink it.